Hi, everybody. This time I want to talk about love, not such unusual theme, but actually I want to be a little bit utopian about it. I want to discuss a few things that perhaps are not so mainstream to some extent. Well, first of all, even in terms of pure science, we know that love deprivation, many times connected with neglect, connected with aggressive attitudes, connected with trauma, goes against both physical health and mental health. It has repercussions over time, so that love deprived adults tend to have a lot less health than the adults that were abundantly loved as children and even later at adolescence and throughout their lives. We know that the adults who get ill and sometimes severely ill, or who have a very good social network, a supportive social networks, they tend to have better chances at dealing with any illness, better survival chances, uh, and better chances at happiness, well-being, joyfulness through life. Love deprivation in poor quality of love tends to produce long-term negative repercussions in both physical and mental health. This we know. It's easy to find scientific research demonstrating this. And of course, we know that love abundance favors a long life, it favors better health, physically and mentally, better well being, it favors inner joy, it favors freedom to be who we are, express ourselves, expand and progress through life, which is also connected with deep happiness, I believe. Growth, expansion, be able to find attractions of all kinds through life. Well, let's turn to education. Our politicians seem to usually ignore the theme of love unless they are going on public places to kiss babies, apparently to cultivate the idea that they might be sensitive. But usually, love is out of their concern. Love is something they don't talk about, they don't seem to consider. And we see that in education. We see lots of illiteracy about emotions. We see lots of children that are taught not to move in school classes, and those school classes are modeled still a lot from the Industrial Revolution times, where people were sort of formatted to work in factories. They were programmed for repetitive tasks, so creativity was not important at all, quite the opposite. Nowadays, we also ignore training people for creativity in lots of different situations, but also we ignore physical literacy about how to move, but also emotional literacy. And namely, we ignore a lot the possibility of teaching love. Easily, we will be teaching about competition, about mistrust, about moving against each other, about being out of touch with others, about ignoring stuff, and so on. But usually we never learn about how to really get closer to other people, how to understand them, how to communicate with at a deeper level, how to really respect them, how to search for them in their depth, in their individuality, in their best assets. We don't learn how to really expand love from within. We learn how to take profit, how to search for money, how to search for benefits, but not so much how to be in tune with humanity. And we can learn that. There's a lot to be taught, but then teachers must know about it. And teachers, usually, they never really learned about love also. But it's fundamental that they develop that own capacity for love so they can teach it. And if they teach it, they are contributing for us to have better human beings around, compassionate ones, the ones that will be concerned a lot more with humanity, the planet, nature, that will have a lot of inner joy, loving from within, loving everything, everywhere, loving places, loving objects, beings, loving life, and so on. And this is quite important towards a better future. It's actually fundamental. And of course, we don't want to teach primitive love, meaning the kind of love that sometimes is sort of natural in some children because they need to be taken care of. They need people to pay attention to them. They depend on adults to survive even. We want to accept that, of course, to allow those children to feel accepted, to feel that they may be secure. But later on, we want to teach also adults and young people the kind of love that is mostly irradiating, that goes towards other people. It's not so dependent. It's something that we like to expand from within. We like to feel that we are useful, we are attuned to the world. We help other people, we contribute, we benefit others, we belong in a contributive way to a collective. And this is the kind of love that perhaps will never stop learning and expanding. And it's the kind of love that flourishes in inner silence, I would say. And it's totally necessary for our times. So, of course, my invitation for this moment is that we might all learn more about love and how to love, expanding love, feeling love. Because in some way, love is a state of being more than anything else. And it's something that really builds a better world. And this is what I wanted to contribute for this moment. As usually, I would invite you to comment, to share, to subscribe the channel, and also eventually to help me move a little bit beyond algorithms from Facebook or from YouTube, who seem to no longer like the ones who are not swimming with the other fish. They are somehow moving against the system. And indeed I am, because nowadays I don't like the system we are living in. And I think it's time for all of us to cultivate a better one. See you.